Hello. Okay, let's move. Dear audience, we will discuss on point of the inherent power of the code. And you of all must share this video. Only one person is watching, and the video is watching from the side of only one viewer in our country. Okay, no problem with the lighting system. And we have to discuss, this is the toughest topic, inherent power of the code. I can do. Oh my God, I can do 25. Okay, let's have a look here. Oh my God, what a big category. Okay, no problem. Dear audience, today's session on point of inherent power of the code. Have you heard the language of mind or the sound that should be tested by you of all? So the topic prescribes that inherent power of the code. So what exactly the inherent power? Okay, we have to inherent power of the code. So this is simplicity, or the simplicity meter, which will be discussed from the side of product to you. So no one is watching this video, just we have to observe the viewers in our country. Only 2 person or viewers are watching this video. Wow, this is the luckiest person in the world. Okay, I discussed media from the side of inherent power of the code. So this inherent power of the codes, we have to draw a pie chart here. And what are the elements or the headlines through which you have to actually discuss the media? Let's have a look here. So this is the pie chart, and what are the ingredients or the headlines which will be very much important or significant to understand that. So this is the highlighting approach or the high voltage class. First of all, we have to discuss in terms of prelude. Now the question may arise from the side of you of all, what exactly the meaning of prelude? And several times I have mentioned in this regard, that is introduction, and that is preface. So what is the writing skill in this regard? That the prelude and the meaning or the definition of inherent power of the code. And not only that's the history, what exactly the history prescribing media from the side of inherent power. So this is totally known to you, that the built-in power of the code. So built-in camera, for example, this is the smart board from the side of backbone. This is built-in camera here. So the inherent power of the code is like that, so that the built-in power of the code. And history prescribes that in this regard. And not only that, what are the example, this is the glaring example of this power. And those are the points through which you can easily write on your card. And not only that, that the laws or the provisions of laws. What exactly the provisions of laws? What are the provisions which deals in this regard, that the inherent power of the code? And that's the applications you of all know. This is the application. On what points this power is applicable? Applications. And not only that, this the referent from, this is the limitation of this power. When this power is not exercised before the code of law, that should be focused here under the ambit of limitation. And on what points exactly that should be exercised, that can be discussed here, an application of the inherent power and the limitation and provisions of laws. And not only that, the prelude or introduction and meaning, that can be masked like this, the definition, what exactly the probe definition, for example, Advocate Shafiq Nazrul. And not only that, Mr. Zakir Samsuddin and Mr. Advocate Fuad were prescribed in this regard. And not only that, we have to focus here several landmark decisions, and through this you can easily understand what is the inherent power of the code and which section deals and the landmark decision or the case law. That should be case law. And the ending moment, this is the concluding remarks. And not only that, the case law and what exactly the Shimabadhuta limitation in Bengali, this is the limitation and the concluding remarks. Oh my God. So the concluding remarks. So this is the discussed media from the side of inherent power of the code. So those are the points through which you can easily grasp that. Now the core point is that what is the history of this system anyway. So history prescribes that this is the built-in power, like this built-in camera. This is the software from the side of the lawmakers. The software is given from the side of the lawmakers of the parliament. In very earlier, oh my God, this is the inherent power of the code. But no one is grasping what exactly the meaning of inherent power. This is totally not the vague idea. Here is the systematic way I implement indicates or denotes that inherent power of the code. So this is the systematic way. Now the prelude system is how can you actually write on your kata? So here is quite clear too. You have to write the Black Law Dictionary. So how to write the Black Law Dictionary? Why? The reason behind this, there is no definition which will be given in CPC. So the Black Law Dictionary prescribes in this regard to how to write that should be focused here. Please let's have a look here. So the systematic way in terms of the inherent power of the code. Oh my God. What is exactly the inherent power of the code? You have to write in this regard, please. Oh my God. You have to write in such a way these several points. The pointing movement, you need to write in such a way, prelude, all the prepares or introduction. And you have to follow the instruction of law doctor, those who are going to invest in future life. So what is actually the inherent power of the code? That should be prescribed, what exactly the ready-made hand note. This is the hand note. Those who are going to be a barrister in future life, they must have followed an instruction of law doctor. So the structural pattern, for example, like this, this is the doctrine of inherent power. In such a way, the doctrine, oh my God, what exactly the doctrine of inherent power? So this is the doctrine of inherent power. This is the built-in camera, like this. The doctrine of inherent power means the principle. Oh my God, what exactly the meanings? Oh, means the principles. Means the principles. Oh my God. Means the principle that allows codes. That allows codes. What exactly the codes? That allows codes to deal with diverse matters. Oh my God. To deal with diverse matters. So what exactly the meaning of diverse matters in the world? This is the legal pluralism. And over which, what exactly the over which, this is not which, over which, oh my God, they are touched, They are through thought. What exactly the thought? I don't know. If you have any idea, thought you have intrinsic authority. To have intrinsic authority. To have intrinsic. Oh my God. Intrinsic authority. So what is the thematic approach authority? This is the built-in power of the code. And the closing remarks, this is the inverted comma. This is you. And you have to put out like this. Black's Law Dictionary. Oh my God. Black's Law Dictionary. What an approach here. This is not the fucking approach. And that should be prescribed in such a way. This is the edition 8. What is actually edition? And not only that's the page number. What exactly the page number here? This is 7098. So that page should be prescribed in such a way. Please, let's have a look here. As you are the Jackie Nike in this regard, as you are the role played by the Jackie Nike in like this. And you have to write something in this regard. This is the prelude or the preface made that should be prescribed here from the side of Law Doctor to you. Just the systematic way you have to write in this way. Now the definition like this, you have to write something in your own words. On your own words should be prescribed here. And then you have to actually follow the instruction in such a way. What is the definition of meaning? What exactly the definition? As you know, there is no definition is given from the side of the CPC. And that's why you have to go through the proved definition. That's the in Bengali, there is an expert, those who are the jurists in the world, the prescribe in such a way. How can you actually discuss in this regard? For example, you have to discuss, for example, from the side of who prescribes, that's Advocate Shafiq Nazrul prescribe in this regard. So this definition should be mentioned here. So what is Advocate Shafiq Nazrul? And not only that, Mr. Zakir Samsuddin prescribe in this regard. So you have to show the instruction from these situational cases. And not only that should be highlighting media here, please. This is the fucking movement from the side of this session. And not only that, the Mr. Fuad Anwar, advocate, Mr. Fuad Anwar prescribed in this regard. So what exactly the systematic way in this regard? That should be focused here. And who define that? They are answering to define this systematic way. So the define in such a way, for example, you have to follow the instruction like this. And you have to discuss in such a way. Please, let's have a look here. Advocate Shafiq Nazrul prescribes in this regard. How can you actually identify this is the inherent power of the code? This is the underlying working system, and you have to write here in such a way that according to Mr. Shafiq Nazrul, according to him, you have to write in such a way this is the inverted comma. Inherent power, for example, let's have a look here. Inherent power. What exactly the meaning of inherent power? Inherent power means the codes built-in power. Oh my God, who called me at this moment? So this is Harem to discuss in terms of the systematic way. Mr. Sufyan, just I'm conducting the class. And that's why you are not allowed to phone me. The calling system is hampering the systematic organ of the law doctor. Just call me after finishing this movement from the side of the inherent power of the code, please. No problem. How I serve calling from the side of genius student in our country, Mr. Sufyan. And according to him, inherent power means the code's built-in power. So what exactly the built-in power? Like this built-in power? Oh my God, this power is built-in power? Who answers that to define this? Oh my God. So this is the fucking approach, mister. I'm in live class. Oh my God. I'm in live class, Mr. Hello. Mr. Sufyan. Hello. Okay, no problem. This is according to Mr. Shafiq Nuzul, inherent power means the code's built-in power. So what exactly the built-in power? Here is a hyphen will be used, built-in power. So B-U-I-L-T. So this is built-in power. Built-in power to protect. What exactly to protect? To protect. What exactly the protect justice and stop? To protect justice. Oh my God. To protect justice and oh my God, stop misuse. Oh. Stop misuse. What exactly the misuse? Even if no law says, even if no law says it directly. This is the definition from the side of Mr. Shafiq Nasr towards the whole nation. There is no proof to definition in our country, like from the side of the inherent power of the code. And that's why the answering power from the side of Advocate Shafiq Nazrul prescribes that in such a way. Not only that, there is a renowned jurist in our country, Mr. Jakid Samsuddin, prescribes in this way. That's how can you actually understand this is the systematic way in terms of inherent power of the code. According to him, inherent powers means the fundamentally authority of a code, take necessary action to ensure justice. This is the authority of the code. According to him, this is the authority. This is the highest authority of the code. Of the code. Oh my God, of the code to take necessary actions to ensure justice. Oh my God, this is the systematic way, and this definition is from the side of Mr. Jakid Samsuddin. And not only that, the definition from the side of Mr. Fuad Anwar, who has actually ventures to define this systematic way. According to him, this is the natural power. Oh my God. According to him, this is the natural power. So what exactly the natural power? This is not built-in power. Natural power. What is fair? What is fair? Oh my, like this, the Albion. What is fair and just? Oh my God. What is fair and just? This is totally idea from the side of Mr. Fuad Anwar. That should be focused in such a way. But if you are the writer from the side of Bengali version, you have to translate them and write on your kata to get a lot of marks. Oh my God. So there is no the hassling system anywhere to understand like this, the inherent power of the code. So the systematic way to discuss in this way. Now the systematic way from this is the application. Actually, where from this applicable, exactly that should be prescribed here. Yeah, you have to write this the application. On what point this power is exercised. This is the application. Number one, that should be number one. And several numbers from which you have to write this the state of. Oh my God, so this is the fruitful like this, the sit. Oh, the finishing movement. That should be stay of sit. So like this, the stay of sit. Oh, the finishing movement from the side of the stay of sit. That should be prescribed here to apply this inherent power of the sit. And that should be what exactly the finishing movement from the side of the stay of sit. And not only that. So this is the stay of hearing of the suit. And not only that, stay of hearing of the suit. Hearing of the suit. This another applications on point of this, that the inherent power of the code will be exercised. Number three, this is very much important. This is the what exactly the gathering or the analogous hearing system, or this is the amalgamating. Oh my god, amalgamating the sets. Oh, not only this is the synonymous word, and not only that, there is the word exactly the eradicate, the counterfeit, eradicating. So what exactly the eradicating or removing the counter. So what exactly the countersuit or the counterclaim? And number five, this is the oh my god, joinder of parties. So to joinder of party, oh my god, joinder of parties or the party, there is the applicability of the inherent power. And number six, let's have a look here. Number six prescribes that there's the permission to the pauper to the suit. Permission to pauper. So this is the pauper suit. So this is the pauper suit to permission. You know, this to permit to the pauper in the suit. There is the applicability of the inherent power also. And not only that, this is the restitution. You all know this is the restitution. So what exactly the restitution? Under section 144. But there is an applicability without having existence of the restitution within 3 years from the side of the what exactly the limitation acts. This is the limitation period of restitution under section. What exactly the under section, you know, this is 144. This is the restitution. So without having existence except this section, there is the applicability of the restitution through his and applying the section 151. So this is important issue. And number 8, like this is the what exact the punishment in summary 12. Punishment, what exactly the civil imprisonment or the civil punishment. But exactly this is, of course, this is the civil punishment. So how to understand like this, the civil punishment by applying summary trial. By summary trial. This is summary trial. Oh my God. This is another applicable point. So is that the inherent power will be applied before the court of law. And not only that, this is the own order. Stay. Oh my God, that's this amazing staying of own order. So this is the power. You all know this is the power of the court. All courts have the exercise. Then this is the DHAKA. In simplicity, that can be trumps, district judge, additional, joint, senior. All the courts will exercise these powers. To stay their own order, they must have the existing power like this, the DHAKA. So this is the systematic way through this, what exactly that this point will be applicable. Yeah, this is the application. Number 10. So number 10 prescribed that this is the amendment of degree and order. Oh my God. Amendment of degree and order. So there is an applicability in this regards to amend the degree and order. There must have existence of inherent power of the code. Oh my God, no one is watching this video. This is sham for the whole nation, and we are living in Ayam Jahiliya again. And that's why only 4 viewers are watching this video. They have no concept at all. And the number 11 prescribes that this is the what exactly this is the refrain from doing something. Refrain a person of plenty from the what exactly this is the proceeding from the proceedings of other courts. From the proceedings, what exactly the proceeding or the procedure of the other courts. So this is another applicable measure through this the inherent power will be exercised. And number 12, this is very much important. This is the void order. This is the abatement, you know. So what exactly the abatement of all abatement of void order? Void order means what is a void decree and order, that should be prescribed. And 30, what exactly 30? Res, this is the applicable, applying res sub judice. So what exactly the res sub judice? Oh my God, this is the applicability of res sub judice when this is under section 10 will not be proceed in this regard. The proceeding power, the time 151 come to forward to deal with this aspect. And not only that, 14, number 14 prescribes thus the applicability of res judicata. There is a systematic way. How can you actually apply this res judicata? This is under section 10 and the 11 prescribes in this regard. But unfortunately, if there is no option to decide to apply before the court of law, there is no, what exactly the hindrance that times 151 will come forward to deal with this very aspect. Oh my God. And not only that's the 15th prescribes, that's what exactly, this is the, what exactly the intervene, what exactly the intervening power, intervene, what exactly the on point of decree, on point of decree, intervening power on point of decree. And 16, that can be done. So if there is any fraud has come into force at the time, inherent power will be exercised before the court of law. This is the, what exactly the, all the courts will exercise this power. There is no hesitation in this regard. And this is the systematic way. If you want to write in Bengali, well, yes, this is the version, several version in our country, but this is not Arabic version. Whether this is the English version and this is the Bangla, there is no version of Bangla exactly. Bangla is Bangla. So how to write? That should be, what is the morning shows the day. This is the morning, through which you can easily translate them and write on your kata. And not only that, non-applicability of this principle or the doctrine. On what point that doctrine is not to be practiced in our country? That should be prescribed in this pie chart. So there is a non-applicability or non-application or the limitation, So what point this is the limitations. So on what point this power is not being exercised before the court of law. Number one, so this is totally, this is the, what exactly the jurisdictionless power. If there is no jurisdiction, oh my God, jurisdiction, oh my God, jurisdictionless thing, jurisdictionless subject. If there exact, come to what's this is number one, jurisdictionless subject. If there existing power at that time, there is no option to deal with this very aspect like this inherent power of the code. And number two, this is the, what exactly this is the contradictory to general principle. So contradictory made so what exactly the contradictory to general principles, exactly general, what exactly the general principles. If there existing power like this, the general principles, this is the contradictory measures, there is no option to apply this doctrine. And not only that, another doctrine is, another number is, this is the, what exactly the barred, what exactly the barred by CPC, something which is barred by CPC, several thematic approaches which will be barred by CPC. In this regard, there is no applicability of this doctrine. Like this doctrine is the inherent power of the code. And this is not this like this the built-in power. Oh my God, only 4 persons are watching this video. This is sham for the whole nation. And not only that, number four, on which this power is not exercised. This is what exactly the thematic approach setting aside ex parte degree. So what exactly that setting aside ex parte degree. So to set aside ex parte degree, there is no option to deal in this regard. This is the IP, inherent power of the code. And number 5, this is the gross negligence, Gross negligence. What exactly the gross negligence? If there is gross negligence and there is no remedy has come into force before the code of law, that time this doctrine will not be applied. And not only that, this what exactly the dismissed. Oh, this is the finishing or ending justice, or to ensure justice exactly, and what fulfilling and ending this case. What exactly ending suit? This is truthfully ending suit. At that time there is no applicability. And so what exactly the alternative remedy? If there exactly the alternative remedy, that time this doctrine and this power is not being practiced before the code of law. Whether this is the built-in camera, like this built-in power. And several times, what is the nature of this systematic way? Now the case law prescribe in this regard several case laws, and those case laws discuss in this regard. First of all, we have to discuss Abu Sama versus, this is the famous case law, Abu Sama versus Abu Said. This is the landmark decision. This is landmark decision and others. This is the 48 dealer. In what exactly the 48 dealer? 141, this page number. So in this case, it is quite clear to us what is the fact of the case. That the systematic way, in this way to actually, what exactly the strengthened the hands of the court. In this case, it is quite clear to us what is the fact of the case. That should be prescribed here. How can you actually understand and the fact and issue may arise, and not only that, the decision making power and the reasoning system, what exactly the reasoning in this regard. The decision in this case is to strengthen, to strengthen the hands of the courts. So what is the thematic, allegorical hands of the courts? My God, there's a hands of the courts. What is a fucking approach here? There is a hands of the court. Is it true? Oh my God. This is the court. To strengthen the hands of the courts, that should be prescribed in this landmark decision. This is Abu Shama versus Abu Said and others. 48 dealer 141. Oh my God. This is to strengthen, to strengthen the hands of the code, exactly to ensure justice, not actually to stop the abuse of powers. This is a focusing movement and from the side of the Abu Sama versus Abu Said and others. Oh my God. The other case laws, several case laws in this regard, but unfortunately, we have to discuss several case laws in this regard. But the several in the ending moments, we have to go through the instruction. But the Rezaul Haq Mullah, so what exactly the Rezaul Haq? Mr. Rezaul Haq Mullah versus Afizullah Mullah. Afizullah, oh my God. Afizullah Mullah. In this case, this is what exactly the 42 dealer, maybe 42 dealer, Appellate Division 74. Appellate Division 74. This is the case law. Now the question may arise from the side of law towards the whole nation, as you are the students at Harvard and the Cambridge, Oxford. You must have to follow the instruction of law doctor, as you are going to be a barrister in future life. That's a fucking barrister in our country. So how can you actually understand this the systematic way? And by the name of barrister, you have to follow the instruction of law doctor, as you are the child of laws. And that should be fact of the case. There is no knowledge at all in your CPU or the central processing unit. There is no knowledge at all, but you are showing your arrogance towards the law doctor. This is the fucking approach from you. And not only that, the issue arises from the side. There is no knowledge and decision making power. Yes, you have no idea, and the reasoning system. This is also not in your CPU or the central processing unit. And that's why you are the fucking approach towards the codes like this, the messy, like this, the what exactly the Mahbubuddin and Ruhul Code does. So from the side of the fucking approach in our country, that should be prescribed. But those who are the ignorant of law, that the child of law, they are showing arrogance towards the law doctor, as we are but part in our so-called society or the country or the existing society. But you are going to be a barrister in future life or the renowned advocate. You must have to follow an instruction like this. Rizal Haq Mullah versus Afizullah Mullah, 42 DLR Appellate Division 74. This is the messy. Oh my God, messy. And not only that, several case law, but this is not present in your memory. To understand that, please phone and call us. Call us to us and call us. So us refers to law doctor, and the law doctor is not the best law academy in Bangladesh. Law doctor is the best law academy in the world. That the language proves that there is not a fucking approach. Another case law, Dr. Muhammad Ghulam Kibriya. What exactly the Dr. M. Ghulam Kibriya? But you have no idea at all. How can you actually study? Yes, from the side of Mr. Mahbubuddin Kokum, Messi, he prescribes that the law doctor is the Messi. Oh my God, in the arena of laws. Versus, what exactly the versus? Nurun Nahar Begum. So this is Nurun Nahar. Oh my God, Nurun Nahar Begum. But you have no idea at all how to write on your kata. You are not able to write. You can't actually write in Bengali, but let alone English versions will be prepared from you. Just the language proves that what an approaching power. Like you can't find in every sector like this. What exactly? Not only that's the due, not only that's the what exactly the are you, what exactly the all the diversity in our country or the existing society, they are not allowed to grasp, comprehend what is the systematic way. Let alone, this is not approaching power from the side of Oxford, Cambridge, Harvard. We can easily challenge to the whole world, and we have the extraordinary or the built-in power like the inherent power of the code. Messy. So the case law 41 dealer 143. Oh my God, what an approach. 40, what exactly the 41 dealer? This is the page number 143. This is the page number. Also, they have no concept at all to what is the fact of the case, an issue arising and decision making power and the reasoning system or the referred case law. That the simplicity means there's the failure, what is exactly the fact of the case and the issue arised in this regard and the decision making power of the code. But unfortunately, oh my God, Rana Hussain Ruman is watching this video. Watch a bantering movement from the side of Mr. Rana Hussain Ruman. And not only that, so the police officer Mr. Hossein Al Mamun also watching this video. This is the bantering movement from the side of them. And not only that's the ending, you know, this is the conclusion. You know, what exactly the conclusion of the question paper. So the concluding remarks to infine, we have to discuss in this way. To discuss in this way, you have to take any decision of the codes like this. You know, this is the Bangladesh Shilpo Bank versus Hotels Limited. So this is the case law. In this case law, it is quite clear. We can, for example, we can int, you know, in such way, infine, you can say infine, we can conclude in the language of, in such way, please, let's obey. In the language or the decision, in the decision, oh my God, in the decision of the landmark case law. Oh my God, landmark case law. Oh my God, what type of in landmark case law? Bangladesh Shilpo Bank. In such way, please, how to write. This is the morning of Bangladesh Shilpo Banks. So this is the morning. As you know, this is the morning shows the day. How to write on your kata. Bangladesh Shilpo Bank. You know, this is the another case law. Bangladesh Shilpo Bank versus Bangladesh Hotels Limited. So this is another case law. In such way, you have to finish your writing skill. Bangladesh Hotels Limited. Hotels Limited. So this is the case law, and 38, maybe 38. I have already 38 appellate division. You know, what is the judgment from the side of appellate division? And page number 70. In this case, so how to actually write this in concrete remarks? You have to follow the instruction as we are going to be barrister and the renowned advocate in our country. And finally, we can conclude in the decision of, in tackling the decision of landmark case law Bangladesh Shilpo Bank versus Bangladesh Hotels Limited, 38 DLR Appellate Division 70. So what exactly the thematic approach here? It is quite clear to us this not to apply this principle, this doctrine, you know, inherent power of the code, inherent power is not, isn't, oh my God, isn't applied, is not applied by invoking. Invoking, what exactly the invoking? Oh my God, this is the law invoking the established principle of laws. Oh my God, established principles. Established principle of the provisions of principle of laws. So this is the ending moment. Through this, you can easily get a lot of marks on your kata. So this is the systematic way through which you have to write, Mr. And until unless you, the morning shows the day. This is the morning from the side of Lord Actor towards the whole nation. But unfortunately, Shwag Hauladar, you, oh my God, is watching this video. Only 5 viewers are still watching this video. This is the fucking movement. As the late night, yes, maybe late night, what exactly the in morning, you know, when the morning has come into force, morning shows the day. How to write this again, please. The synopsis made. How to synopsize this systematic way. And you are the writer, those who are the writing skill in English terms, that should be prescribed in such way. Please, let's have a look here. The systematic way, how can you actually understand that? Oh my God. So who defined and who wants us to define this? This should be prescribed here. So the answering movement, oh, not only that, this is the systematic way. So this is the discuss made here. Please, let's have a look here. Number 1, here's the prelude. What exactly the prelude? Or the introduction in this regard to what is exactly the inherent power of the code. That should be prescribed here in terms of prelude or the preface, or that can be termed as to the introduction. And not only that's the definition or the meaning of that very concept. And not only that, number here, so here in the systematic way, number 1 is prelude, that should be discussed by you. And number 2, the defining movement, the pharaoh. And to define this, Mr. Shafiq Nuzrul prescribes that the inherent power is built-in power of the code. So what is the built-in power? Like this, the built-in camera, that the glaring example. And not only that, the history prescribes that this power is given at the very beginning of the act-making power or the establishment of the civil code. And not only that, so the glaring example, for example, person A and the person B, here is the systematic way in terms of the case law. The first case law is what exactly the first case law and second case law. And the second suit, exactly, that should be staying power like this. The suit is stay under section 10. There is no express provision that can be applied. And not only that, so what is the provision of laws? There is the provision 151 and 152 and 153. Those are the provision of inherent power and the section of CPC. And not only that, those power will be exercised in several what exactly section, for example 144, and not only that 10, 11, those are the section. And not only that, this is the applicability which proves that several sections may arise in this regard. And not only that, so the limitation, what exactly the limitation to exercise this power, this built-in power that should be discussed and that should be focused on your kata. And not only that, the case law will actually assist you, to aid you and assist you to get a lot of marks. And from the side of the justice or the judges who are the examiners and who are the scrutinizers to follow the instruction, they can easily get a lot of marks here. For example, they give you on your kata A+. How can you actually write in tackling the case law, several and conclude degree mark? Writing skills into Bangladesh Shilpo Bank versus Bangladesh Hotels Limited 38 dealer. This is the page number 70. In this case, it is quite clear to us there is no option to actually apply this power if there exists any express provision or to actually supersede this power. There is no applicability at all. Today's number. So this is the systematic way through which you can easily understand, and you are going to be a future barrister and future advocate in your society. You have to actually follow the instruction of law doctor. If you cut a good figure in your exam, that time you need to follow the instruction. Oh my God, we have to know, don't show our arrogance like this. We have to approach in such way, like Jamaat Shibir. So there is no the hustling movement in this regard. So the discuss made is quite clear to us. This is the Bangladesh, and not only this Bangladesh, this is the picture visualization prescribed that. Let's have a look here. This is the Bangladesh. This is the Bangladesh place. Let's have a look here. We can easily challenge to the whole world. We can easily challenge to the whole world. As you are the Harvard, Cambridge, Oxford, no matter how high-soever, we are the law doctor, and we are from the, we are the extreme, the trainer from the side of law doctor towards the whole world, and we have the ability to challenge, to show the challenging power from the side of Bangladesh. Today's Namo. Bye-bye.